Okay, I just did a quick test. This bucket was full with water, and like I said, I'm waiting for my slug barrel to arrive. But let's see if we can get a good close-up. This 22 caliber. Here we go. This is 22 caliber Nielsen's 19 grain. And I thought I might give them a try in my pellet liner, because these have such a small bearing surface to them. So I'm thinking it won't have that much trouble pushing through the rifling, which I believe is more pronounced in the pellet liner. So I shot the pellet in there, and you can see this terrific amount of expansion. Of course, water provides a lot of resistance, and looking at the slug itself, the rifling, you can see the rifling, it doesn't look like it's really embedded in there. So it's very windy right now, but I'm going to try to shoot 5 rounds at the target and see if they fly straight or not. Even with this amount of wind, it's probably 10 miles an hour. If I can get a decent group, it sort of tells me whether or not these might even shoot in the pellet liner. So that's the goal. Okay, one thing I immediately noticed when I put these short little round nose 19 grainers in the mag, the side shot, they want to cock one way or another. So we'll see whether or not they feed. But let's get out. Just looking at the trees, I hope you can see how much the wind's blowing. Just trying to find some flagging tape I had. Brand new roll, can't find it anywhere. Sort of frustrating. So I need to reflag some stuff. But anyway, let's see if these things will shoot and actually feed to start with. First one fed. Not bad. The wind and me shooting rather fast. Let's go look at these. Okay, this is at 44 yards. And first shot, a couple shots I really wasn't bearing down because I was just going to see if they even came close to grouping. Then I bared down some more. Shot these 3 and the last one went there. So that's the 19 grain NSA. I got some 22.5. Both of them are 0.217 diameter. I'm going to shoot another. I'm going to shoot a 22.5 into the 5-gallon bucket. See what it looks like, and try shooting them. Okay, now I'm going to try the Nielsen 21 grain .217 and shoot one in the bucket and go ahead and load 6 in here, 5 for the target. Like I say, they go a little cockeyed into the side shot here, which the other ones fed pretty good. Okay, here's number 6. Shake them, and who knows out in the field with carrying the gun this way, that way, if they'll get out of alignment. But let's go over to the bucket. Okay, feeding the pellet in, goes in, no problem. That definitely sounded like it hit the bottom of the bucket. So I put a hole in the bucket. As long as I can find the slug, I'm good. Dealing with well water here, it's a little cloudy. And let's pour out some water. Hope we didn't penetrate the bucket and have the slug. I see the slug. All right. We got some fragment in here. Tremendous expansion. Of course, it's water, it's not game, so can't really compare what it would do in game. But I see a piece or two of lead in the bucket. The remainder. Okay, let's shoot some targets. Okay, I put up another shoot and see, and let's see how these group. Once again, it's real windy. Okay, did not seem to shoot as good. On the last shot I made sure I had good follow through, and I put 2 right next to each other. Let me load a couple more and see if I can bear down and get that a better group. Okay, let me mention the other night I was just curious how much of a choke the barrel had. I had some pin gauges, and actually the pin gauge that would fit without slop was .210, so that's a heck of a choke. Of course, you're supposed to shoot pellets out of it. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to run a couple over the chronograph, see what kind of velocity we have. I can go more velocity with these for sure, but with my 21 grain H&Ns, I was doing 880, so imagine the 19s are doing a little over 900, and the 22.5 or 21 should be the same velocity. Here we go, 2 more. Okay, let's go up and look at what we got. Okay, in the last two shots, I did not see where the first one went, but I did see the last one went in there. So that definitely looks like two shots there. This was from the first group, and so was that. So I might have put the last two right there. The wind is blowing quite a bit, as you can see. So that ain't bad for a pellet liner. And like I said, I think maybe just because they're so small and 0.217 diameter, very little bearing surface for the rifling to have to, for the slug to have to push through, maybe doesn't deform them too bad. So let's do a velocity test. Okay, I'll try not to block the screen. I'm going to shoot two 19 grain NSA and two 21. See what we get for velocity. .942. .946. These are 21s now. 894. 897. The 21 grains might benefit from me turning the hammer up a little bit. Try to get them above 900, 925, something like that. So pretty good velocities. I'm just writing down those numbers. I decided to go ahead and bump up the hammer from C to B with the 21s to see what kind of velocity increase. Okay, that was 910 and 914. Let me record that. Not a big jump. Okay, turn the hammer up to letter A. It's 21s. Let's try velocity again. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set up, shoot 5 at the 44-yard target in this terrible wind, but see if it tightens up any. Okay, testing the Nilsson's 21 grain 0.217 diameter at approximately 915 to 920 feet per second at 44 yards. Conditions windy. Okay, let's go up there and check it out. Okay, this looks pretty darn good in that, trying to remember the sequence, if the first shot was fairly dead center or it was this shot, but either first or second shot in the bull, next one there or first one there. One went up here, but I will note when I held and had great follow through and I saw my crosshairs maintain on the bull, there's 3 there, very tight. And let me remind you, this is the pellet liner, 600 millimeter barrel for the impact. Shooting the Nielsen 21 grain, about 915, .217 diameter. So, I don't know. I mean, you know, I definitely think maybe with the smaller bearing surface, maybe the pellet liner will handle these lighter slugs. And when you have more bearing surface with the heavier slugs, you need rifling that's not as deep and whatever, but it's pretty darn good. Okay, just one more comment occurred to me as I was packing up the stuff to put away. Being that it is pellet liner and it's probably got more aggressive grooves, maybe to lube these slugs would help some lessen the friction. With the weights that I was shooting, I would have expected, with where the hammer was, to be shooting a little bit faster. So combination maybe deeper grooves and more friction is slowing them down. So if I pursue this, and of course my goal is just to get my slug liner and go working with it, but just thought I'd do something different today. And I bought some Slick 50, like I said, and I'll try that and see if it affects the velocity and accuracy, etc.